Hey guys, it's Savannah and welcome back to my channel. Today is Saturday, December 20th, 2025, and I am once again finally back to record a video. I know it's been a while, I do apologize, but life just got busy and I did not have time to really record a podcast video and sit down and edit it and all that. But I am back today to do it, and hopefully the microphone actually works this time. So we'll see. I think it was September the last time I sat down and recorded a podcast episode. Since then, been doing a lot, not really sure how to explain it all, but it was just life. Just doing a lot of stuff, had a lot of birthdays and events going on, so didn't really do a whole bunch. But it is December and Christmas is literally 5 days away, and I figured I don't really have anything going on today, so let's just sit down and record. So with that really poor introduction, I'm a little out of practice if you can't tell. Let's go ahead and talk a little bit about what I have been working on. First things first, in this mystery bag, not really a mystery when it is a clear stadium bag type thing, we have Critter the Fennec Fox, which I have been working on for most of the year. If you have not seen any of the past episodes, Critter is based off of the Fennec Fox at the Birmingham Zoo that my husband and I saw when we were there for our anniversary trip back in April. I picked up this yarn from a local yarn store there, and decided that I wanted to, in a way to commemorate our anniversary trip, make an amigurumi based off of Critter. So in this bag is all of the pieces of him that are finished and just not sewn together yet. But I have finished making all of the pieces. So that is a plus. I believe the last time I recorded, I was still not happy with the head. Or not the head, the body. But I finally have finished the body, along with the legs, the ears, and the tail. So let me just show you all of that here really quick. If I can get them all out. That's 3 of the legs. Where is number 4? There it is. Alright. So one reason I was having a hard time with the body was I was not really happy with what I had done, because I wanted to kind of hold the head up but still be like an actual animal and horizontal. So I finally did it in a way where you have this little neck right here, up like this. So the head will be attached like that once I sew it on. So the head will be held up. And then the legs, I have done 2 different ways. Each one has got a flap on the side like this, so it'll attach to the body each way. So that one will be the left leg, this one is a right leg, and I've also got the pipe cleaners so that they're a little more stable and can hopefully hold it up properly. If not, it'll be spread out and laying flat still. But hopefully the pipe cleaners will help to bring some stability along with the little weights I also have. I have these stuffing beads I got off of Amazon that I've got in the bottom of the paws of each leg. I've also got them sitting in the bottom of the body here to help counteract the head. That'll hopefully bring some stability. And then I've also got ears. The ears took me a little while too because I was trying to get them a good size so that they weren't too big but also not too small. But the ears will be sitting like that. And this way it looks a little bit more like a fennec fox. And the last one I have done is the tail. It looks kind of like an ear right now because it's not stuffed, but it is a tail. And I am also debating getting a like one of those pet brushes and fluffing out the yarn that way to make it look a little more fuzzy, a little bit more like an actual fennec fox. But I'm not entirely decided on that yet. If I do it and I don't like it, I still have like most of the 3 other skeins of yarn left, so I can redo any of the pieces that I mess up that way. I have written this pattern down. It is on the Notes app on my phone, and I will be putting it onto Google Drive at some point so that I can edit it and release the pattern. It'll be on Ravelry and Rippler for sure, and more than likely on my website as well. I'll be putting the links for all those in the description below once I have those published. But right now what I'm waiting on is actually putting together Critter so that I can take the pictures and put on there as well. So it'll probably be January or February before I get all that done, just realistically, because I don't have all the time I used to the last few years when I was still just working part-time. So it'll still be a while. But I am finally happy with how all of these pieces look and cannot wait to sew them all together because he still looks a little weird without the ears and the nose. But yeah, it'll be not too much longer before we can all see Critter in his glory. But yeah, all the parts are finally done. It only took me most of the year to get it that way. But hopefully it'll be before April when he's done and I can move on to the next trip project, which is a baby hippo. I do have the yarn for that finally, so it won't be too difficult. The hippo's not as detailed. The proportions aren't as exaggerated in a hippo, I would say. But let's move on to the next one. All right, so next up is my 2024 Disney Attraction Club Corner to Corner blanket. I am finally almost halfway through. I have started on June, which is this beautiful color, Mad Tea Party, based on the teacup ride at the parks. It's not a cake like all the previous ones have been because this I got out of the hank when I was traveling down to Georgia last weekend with Cole and my mom to visit my Meemaw for an early Christmas, since we don't really have the opportunity to get off this week because of our jobs. So it is a ball instead. And thankfully it was not too tangled by the time it ended up this way. But I have added a row for this one on the trip before I got distracted by other projects. But it is looking really good and it is getting big. I'm very happy about that. So this one row of Mad Tea Party is row 71. So there are 71 of these cross double crochet clusters on this. It is about 62.5 inches across, so it's over 5 feet across now, and about 36 inches on the side, give or take a couple of inches. Probably not very accurate. I measured it on not completely flat surface, which I know is a no-no, but I didn't want to remeasure it at that point. But sadly, the color carry through has definitely ended with May and June, which I am a little sad about, but I also just love these colors so much that I'm not too upset. But I am very excited to see more of Mad Tea Party work up, because next to Kilimanjaro Safaris, it is so vibrant. It's vibrant anyway, but this makes it look even more vibrant. So I'm very excited about this. And just a recap, all these colors are from the 2024 Disney Attraction Club monthly yarn subscription from Fangirl Fibers. These are all DK weight yarns, and I am using a 4.5 millimeter crochet hook to work these up. This particular hook is from Leto Workshop, which is a hand-carved hook created in the Ukraine. I will link their website down below. They are some of my absolute favorites. I love them. And I'm going to have a new one here in a few days because I already know Cole got me one. So he already knows his Christmas gift too. We told each other what we wanted for the most part. So, but yeah, I am very happy that I am 6 months in on this finally after over a year. But we will definitely be getting into some really fun stuff once I start decreasing, because I do not have a lot of practice on the decreasing part of these corner to corner projects. So we will see how that goes here in another couple months. I will keep you updated for sure. But now on to the next one. I got distracted on the trip. I was not driving, so I was crocheting most of the time. But down in South Georgia, where my Meemaw lives, last weekend it was in the 60s and 70s. It was lovely. But I knew when we got back last Sunday and Monday, it was going to be in the teens. So I was like, I need some gloves if I'm going to be driving to work, because leather steering wheel and cold do not mix very well. So I decided, since I had packed some extra yarn, I was going to make myself some fingerless gloves. This is the Galloway fingerless glove. The pattern is by Through the Loop Yarn Craft. I will be linking this in the description below because I used a free pattern off of her website since I have small hands and the small pattern was free. But this yarn I'd had in my stash for years at this point. This is the Chateau colorway from Sorella Yarns in the classic worsted. And the pattern called for a 5 millimeter crochet hook, but I used a 5.5 millimeter. But this is just an absolutely gorgeous pattern. This is all half double crochets, and it looks so good. Now this really helped me driving to work, even though I work only 5 minutes from home. But when your steering wheel is absolutely freezing and it feels like your hands cannot move because of the cold, this is a lifesaver. The office tends to be cold too, so I wore these all Monday at work, and it was so nice. And it's just such a comfortable glove. I absolutely recommend this pattern, and it makes me want to make even more fingerless gloves. This was actually the first time I've done a fingerless glove, and I don't know why. These are so nice. So I am definitely looking forward to finding more fingerless glove patterns, because I still have a skein and a half of this yarn, and I could have so many different types. But if you have any favorite recommendations for crochet fingerless gloves, please let me know. I would love to hear it. But that's, oh yeah, this pattern worked up so quickly. It only took me a couple of hours for each glove. So it was such a quick and fun pattern. So if you're looking for a gift idea for somebody, why not make these? Totally worth it. Really easy. Does not even use an entire hank of yarn. I honestly think it barely even used half of it. But the pattern was really easy to follow as well. And I honestly don't have enough good things to say about this. But finally, let's get to the last thing. All right. So the last few years, I've been opening advent calendars and posting the shorts here on YouTube. If you haven't noticed, I've not been doing that this year. 1, because of time. 2, because I've only been doing a 12-day calendar. I've been doing the Woobles one. This is actually the first time I've done any Woobles. But my birthday is at the end of November, and so Cole knows I like to do advent calendars, and I hadn't bought myself one this year, so he decided to get me the Woobles Toy Workshop one for my birthday to open for Christmas, early Christmas. So I have been working on this these last several days. But look how cute this is. This is honestly such a well thought out advent calendar. So you can see the ones that are flipped over are ones that I've already opened and or worked. We've still got a few more numbers in here. But this is honestly, I've been enjoying this so much. Comes with this little tin to hold your notions in, and this little themed 4mm crochet hook. And I've already got some of these done. Day 1 was Serge the Beaver. He is a little lopsided. I am not the best at sewing on these details, so this has been great practice for me so far. But I love him, even though he is a little messed up. But look at his little tail. It is so adorable. And he came with his own 4mm crochet hook with his name on it, which is honestly such an adorable detail. I can't even, I love it so much. But that was day 1. Day 2 was this little candy. I love this little candy so much, and I still have enough yarn that I could make a second one. Day 3 is a yo-yo, and again, I still have enough yarn to make another yo-yo. I'm currently working on day 4. It is Lana the llama. I have her head and body done. The eyes are attached. I have all of the little things to sew on. This is her nose. I've got all of her little legs, and then 2 ears here. And she also has her own 4mm crochet hook. And then the rest of them I've opened, but are still in their boxes so that I know what order they go in. So let me show you. Of course I drop it. Why wouldn't I? Day 5 is a little toy top. All of the yarn is in here. I'm having to remember which ones are which because I've got them flipped around. That one is 3. This one is 6, isn't it? Yes, it is. Day 6 is a little toy car, which is just so adorable. That one's going to be fun. Day 7, it's another character. Day 7 is a caribou. His name is Riker, but he is a caribou. And he also has his own 4mm crochet hook. I will have so many 4mm crochet hooks at the end of this, I won't know what to do with them all. But honestly, not a bad problem to have, especially since I've been getting more and more into making amigurumi. And then today's day 8. This one is really cute. Their alphabet box. That's just adorable to me. But anyway, that's what I am working on recently, is all of these adorable amigurumi. I don't know why I have not done the Woobles before, but I've seen ads on Facebook recently because of this, that they have Peanuts themed and Scooby-Doo themed amigurumi, which I want so bad now. But honestly, I probably don't need to because I don't have anywhere to put all of these. But this little box is so detailed and thought out and really adorable. We're going to keep it after I'm done and save it and display next year. So if you have this, don't throw it away. Keep it, save it, display it. It's going to be so adorable when it's all done. And setting up a little toy workshop next year with all of the characters and toys that you make it's going to be the cutest Christmas display next year. I cannot wait. But anyway, I want to thank you guys for being patient with me and watching this podcast episode. I want to hear your thoughts on all of this. If you've done the Woobles before, what's your favorite one? If you have any crochet finger glove ideas, let me know. I want to make more. But again, just thank you guys. I hope you have a happy Christmas and a Merry New Year. I hope you have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And I will see you guys in 2026. Bye.